All right. It's circumcision, man. Chelsea goal lacked. First half was actually pretty even. So let me just give you my quick thoughts. So I'm obviously here with your boy, Neeks. You can follow him on Twitter via the description box below. I'm just giving my thoughts because I know that this guy is going to be very happy with what he saw. First half, interesting, but even before, and you can vouch for me, and I said this is not even after the fact. Before I said, wait a minute, why isn't Kante starting? Yeah. Surely Kante should start. Okay, let's see what Mason Mount can do, or let's see what. But Kante has to start. So I thought that okay, he's not in the squad. When I say he was on the bench, I was like, wait a minute, if Kante is fit enough to be on the bench, he should. Kante should sniff. He shouldn't sniff the bench. Okay? This guy is dark-skinned African. He doesn't know what tiredness or stamina means. He shouldn't sniff the flipping bench. So, when I said, what? First half, tactically, as we saw, it was a break. Obviously, Zuma, we'd have to talk about that a bit more, gave away the penalty, but second half...
Capitulation is the word I'm looking for.
Just a complete shutdown. Complete and utter shutdown, man. And I just think that, I'm going to talk about more about it, but I just thought, for United, you see, for all the pressure United were on, this is a great response to all of the pressure. And for Chelsea, I think this is a great wake-up call. Because especially with all the pre-season, they beat Barcelona, this is the perfect wake-up call. Not only lose, but to get lacked up, to get circumcised is a perfect wake-up call to be like, you know what, bro, so look, man.
Listen, for me...
Why didn't Pulisic start?
Well, that one confuses me a bit more. The reason why, because I agree, there's a common belief about if a player's fit enough for the bench, he's fit enough to play.
Boom.
To
Simple.
start. I would even question whether he wasn't even fit enough for the bench. I did hear that before the game started that he wouldn't be starting, which surprised me. Additionally, he's only played one pre-season game. But this is the real deal now. You got to have your best players on the pitch. Pulisic has played throughout the pre-season. I'm sure he has. I believe was he at the Copa America? No, Copa America. Gold Cup.
Yeah,
Pulisic.
he was. Yeah.
So maybe his preseason was slightly delayed, but you gotta just play these, man. You have to. I think you have to. But that one surprised me more than the Kante one. But I think in the first half for us, listen, the game finished 4-0, innit? Like it's hard. When you're looking at it, you'll say, what went wrong, but. I'm not saying we were lucky to win 4-0,
no, but we were lucky to go in that. But did you think the scoreline reflected the 90 minutes? Or do you think...
it didn't reflect 90 minutes. It definitely reflected the second half because Chelsea capitulated.
Yeah.
Up until, let's say, the second goal, Chelsea on the footballing side were the better team.
Chelsea, no.
And it's not saying that Chelsea played great football because Chelsea were very sloppy as well.
Yeah.
But I think we were more sloppy. And when on the ball, Chelsea created the better chances. A lot of our chances were individual aspects or error from Chelsea. Chelsea's passing and play, whilst there are individual aspect errors that come into it, Chelsea, created their chances. I think when we scored a second, that would have hit them hard because they're like, we were the better team. The next goal must be ours. And then the second came, the third, and it was
no, because I know, and this is what scares me about Lampard, is that it looks good. And that is where you have a lack of experience as a manager because people will like, and this is what I hope Chelsea fans don't do, like 100% Chelsea blue. Like they say, oh no, look, there's some good stuff here, some good stuff too. No, that is being naive. You have to have a structure. You have to have a midfield structure. You have to have some solidity. So yes, there's some nice stuff in the first half. Yes, so creativity. The movement was nice, but bro, it's about winning.
Well, I said
it's about winning. And look, I get it that this is supposed to be a write-up and everything. I can't have Chelsea finishing 10th or 11th, bro. I can't have Chelsea getting licked by Bournemouth. I can't have Norwich coming to Stamford Bridge and saying what's up.
Timmy
But no, because I said, look, if Chelsea don't beat Liverpool on Wednesday, I'm gonna have to take a sabbatical.
You're gonna have to take a sabbatical then, because Chelsea aren't beating Liverpool Wednesday. Listen, I hope you do. As a Man United fan, I hope you beat Chelsea on Wednesday.
So Maguire, but Saka, talk about
but Chelsea's issue for me this season will be their lack of finishing prowess. Last season, Hazard.
It's one game, man.
No,
don't judge Tammy Abraham on one game,
I'm not judging him on this one game. Last season, Hazard's quality mask, and I say mask. It was evident, but it was able to get you through certain situations where your striker's supposed to do that. Hence why Sarri brought in Higuain in January, expecting Higuain to do something. We all knew that wasn't going to happen. But this season, you've got Tammy Abraham, Olivier Giroud, and Michy Batshuayi. Neither of them are top-level goal scorers. Tammy Abraham scored 20 odd goals in the Championship. I think about 10 of them were probably penalties. I'm not saying he can't score goals, but if you are relying on him to get you success this season, it's gonna be a long season.
Okay, so you don't think Batshuayi can get 20, 25?
Not in the league. In all no, not even in all competitions. Not even. Listen, he'd be lucky to get 25 games, let alone 25 goals.
Why you hate him, man? Why you hate
Batshuayi?
him? Why you hate him, man? Look, be positive, man.
If Giroud,
this team just got circumcised, man. Bring some positivity to this whole thing, man. Come on, man. Give me 20. Batshuayi can get 20.
If Olivier Giroud, Michy Batshuayi, and Tammy Abraham get 30 goals in the league between them, they've done well. And I ain't hating. I like Giroud. But Giroud don't score goals. Giroud was one of France's best goal scorers.
30 between three.
Best players in the World Cup. But he scored 0 goals. That's the Giroud you're getting. Giroud don't score goals. Batshuayi is decent at best. And Tammy's unproven. He could come and shot me and go and back and get the golden boot, but I can't see it. And as far as our defence, I would say the two signings who started, they were arguably, not even arguably, they were probably our best players up until the point that we then scored 3 in very quick succession. Because our midfield was being bypassed time after time. So they were having a lot of defenders to do. Thankfully, because of their quality, it meant that in recent past, it would bypass the midfield, bypass the defence, and David De Gea will put on a man of the match performance. At least David De Gea didn't have to put on a man of the match performance today because the likes of Maguire were able to get those blocks in, head the ball, and when Wan-Bissaka was spider one in there. Defensively, show me a right back in the Premier League defensively.
No, don't worry, but okay, before I just talk about United and I'll go a bit about Chelsea. I think, like, again, I can't fully judge United by this game because this isn't the best attack United are going to face by a long way. They're going to face far better attackers. Yeah. And I'm not even talking about...
And far better midfield.
But basically, yeah. So the team that United faced... Because actually, my thing about it is that maybe Solskjaer used this very open tactic because he knew he was playing a rookie with a team who didn't really have guys and there was no Zad as well. So, but I thought, for me, I think I agree with you. Maguire and Bissaka, I thought they were probably the best players because this was a kind of game where it was about the defenses. The midfielders and attackers were given with the ball was too open. Yeah. So I think for me, it's like, see, Mason Mount looks interesting. He was alright. He was alright. So for me, I don't want to judge him too harshly because this loss ends on him. So it's interesting, but I think that there is a lot of figuring out to do because I think I like this because it's like preseason is just fun. It's fun and games. Yeah. Preseason is fun and games.
So it's about fitness, really.
It's about fitness and just having an idea of where this is now where it's counting. This is now where it's real. So look, that first half there was stuff that was promising there, and in games like this isn't the end of the season. This is a 1-1 game. So it's all about if they can. You have to take your chances. See, what you don't want, this is the danger. Oh man, we played so well, we were unlucky. Yeah.
You're not unlucky. Nah. The chance was there, you take it or you don't.
You take your chances don't win in games, goals win games. 100%. Okay, book it. So I think...
The only way you're unlucky is if the referee makes an error. And with VAR now, those errors are probably going to be wiped out. So you can't got no one to blame but yourself.
You have to be, so I think, I just think that, you have to just look at those two halves. This is where... See, Lampard, this is a great learning experience for him now. Because this now shows you that all because you play well and everything does not equate to you actually winning the game. You have to get those goals. But that second half was worrisome because the reaction to those G's coming in was bad because there was raggedy, there was nobody to hold it through. And that showed that Kante is... If Kante is 20% fit, he's suffering from an illness, and he has a flipping nuclear device stuck in his head, play that, dude.
But Hope, it's more than just the ability of those players in terms of what Kante can bring on the pitch in terms of his ability. They lacked leadership, because when you lack leadership, you capitulate when you're playing better and you have a deficit, like you concede a goal that hits you. But if you got a leader, you gather the troops again, you go again. Now I ain't rating David Luiz as a defender, and we know what happened with Germany when Brazil capitulated 7-1. But he's a leader, so if nothing else, he will bring, or he can bring and has brought to Chelsea, is being able to galvanise the team. You're 2-0 down. 95 seconds later, 3-0. Then, and after that, Chelsea were pretty much out of the game. Like, I think that they lacked leadership on the pitch. And arguably, again, I'm not going to judge Lampard on this one game, but one could argue, did they lack leadership off the pitch as well? Yeah. What was happening at that point when the second goal went in? Guys, all right, we need to just settle a bit. And
that's why, for me, I say David Luiz, I believe, is a brick defender. He's not a great defender, but he's a leader. Yeah. And he has character. And I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Did the way that Luiz leave, did this somehow affect the team's psychology going into the game? Who knows? But I just think
it's possible because wasn't he playing during the preseason?
No,
It wasn't.
He might have been. Yeah, but see, my thing about
after the which game was it? The one where I think it was the game when it was like 5-4.
No. But basically, my point is that my worry about this time, we'll get some super chats. My worry was those two young central defenders. I don't know what team has two young central defenders. It's normally a young central defender and an experienced old head. Yeah. Because central defense, guys play in their late 30s, 40s, and so like out of once, it's just like Rudiger wasn't fit. But you had the situation of Rudiger not being fit, that you sold David Luiz. So, see, for me, Christensen and Zuma as your main central defenders, nah.
One with an experience, yes, but not together.
No. Yeah, you can't have two young books together. That's just so that's what Pani says. Can United be the team to play counter-attack, but with compact football, playing from the back with pace and get top four without dominating like Uncle Mo wanted?
Can we? Yes. I think
you have the speed, the players, and the technical
the personnel. We've got the defence to do it. And Mourinho tried it, but our defence wasn't good enough, which meant that us sitting back meant we were going to concede goals. And now we've got the forward line in terms of the pace and the fluidity to do that. However, Solskjaer is a student of Sir Alex Ferguson, and that's not the way we played. So if he's trying to bring that back, then we might get a few more games like this, because we're going to be trying to push forward and go, but I don't think we've got the midfield to deal with that on a weekly.
For me, basis. I think the key thing is that your midfield dictates the kind of football that you can play. So if your midfield isn't there, you can't enforce the way you play. So the personnel of your midfield, who you have in your midfield, and what they can do, gives you the options of the kind of football that you can play. And the midfield that United have, it restricts the kind of strategies that
it's going to be interesting going forward if he's going to bring in the likes of Fred. Last season, he didn't have a good year, but we paid 50 million for him. We need to get something out of him. We really do. He had a good game against PSG away in Paris last year. We need more of that, because he would allow, with his energy, and he can't pass for a Brazilian, I can't work it out, but he would allow us to be a bit more. So,
from Abdul Shaks, who says, McTominay masterclass. Was it a masterclass by McTominay? Scott McTominay.
He was very good in the second half. So last 45 minutes. The first 45, I can't rate anybody other than Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. We were so poor in that first half, so poor. But masterclass, I think that's a bit of a stretch. But once again, he's proven doubters wrong. Because people look at McTominay, because he's not flashy, because he's not, I would argue, because he's not foreign. You buy someone who's foreign, and you automatically think, when they've got a high price tag, that they're going to do this, they're going to do that.
Rodri,
Yeah, Rodri's good. He looks good. Yeah. But McTominay's come through the academy, so no one knew who he was. And you think, well, who is this guy?
I think McTominay,
he's not flashy.
He does a good job.
I think Rodri was good against.
Yeah, he does good.
He reminds me of Busquets.
No, but I think
Give the ball away quite a bit.
but
No one's gonna talk about that.
I think McTominay is I. I think did he have a masterclass? I don't think anybody had a masterclass in this crazy game. But just that being said, this was a circumcision. Chelsea got bodied, they got reconstructed, and they got devalued in this game, especially in the second half. And I'm worried if Chelsea play like this come Wednesday, they should forfeit the game because it could be 6 or 7. But it's only one game. Let's chill. And yes, that was an amazing pass by Labil. See, that's what. Let me just end it with this. That's what Labil does. He had a pretty crap game.
Yeah.
But he can just do something magical out of nothing, which is why always have him in your team, because that pass he did for Rashford, that very few players in the world can produce a pass like that. So for Chelsea, fix up and please start Kante. Please start Kante. No, that's Kante.